Heading into a fresh week in the market after last week, which is basically the best week we have seen in crypto in quite some time. You might even say for the last 6 months, we haven't seen altcoins run like that in quite a while. So in this video, I'm going to go over why I believe this will continue. I think the momentum in crypto is not a fake out. A lot of people are on the timeline saying, you're all going to get wrecked if you continue to buy right now. I actually don't believe that. I think that the pain in the market actually left a bunch of people sidelined. I'm going to go over a few trades in this video. A, that I have open from last week that I'm not closing. And then B, trades I'm willing to take today and where I see upside in certain altcoins this week. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel here on In the Money, my name is Hustle. We go over everything that you need to win across crypto, prediction markets, and more. And like I said, I feel a massive week for crypto ahead. So if you want to win with us, like the video and subscribe to the channel down below. And if you guys need a place to trade, I would highly recommend to check out BitBase. BitBase is our newest exchange sponsor here on the channel. No KYC. You can trade from anywhere. And just for, members of this channel, you can click the link down below and earn up to $20,000 in USD just for trading perps with BitBase. So check that out down below. Let's go ahead and jump into the market. Like I said, I said, I feel a massive week ahead for crypto. A lot of people are saying this is a fake out. I actually think a lot of people are going to get wrecked this week by shorting. Now, I think if you're piling longs into some of the coins that have already ran, 100% or whatever the case is, then yes, you might have a hard time squeezing gains out of those. But I really do believe that people are going to try to psych themselves out and kind of try to be too smart almost this week and are going to get liquidated likely on shorts. We can actually see right now, as we're speaking, Bitcoin's headed back up. We see now up 0.6%, is up 2% on the 24 hours and 22% on the 7-day chart. Some notable movers obviously have been Zcash. Zcash has been absolutely printing. We took a long position on that when this run began. We have good spot bags of that. We have Hyperliquid hovering around all-time highs. We have Venice back at $17. BitTens or Tau now at $250, which is great to see. So if you've been riding with us on the channel, all of the altcoins we were accumulating are really in the green nicely at this point in time. I guess one of the red flags in the market right now is the fear and greed index. It's at 80. I feel like this swings so hard because we get punished so much for long periods of time in crypto, right? These time periods come and go. It's extremely seasonal when you can be risk on. And I'm not saying to, go full risk on at this point in time, but I do truly believe that this week is going to be another good week of upside. And if you want to, trade with me, just directly, check out inthemoney.live down below. We gave all of these trades in the group, and we also have been on an absolute heater in prediction markets. Just last week, I went on an 11-0 run. We're still 21-6 in the last 27 picks. So check that out down below. You can join for free for the first 3 days. But Ansem says here, hard to fathom how much money will rotate into crypto if this outperformance continues. The realized P&L from AI stocks in the last 2 years have been ludicrous. And I agree. Imagine the amount of people that are starting to see AI as a trade in the stock market kind of slow down. Like we've seen Palantir run quite a bit. We've seen NVIDIA over the years just absolutely print for early investors. But that money has to flow somewhere. And why would it not be crypto after a while? And then I liked this tweet. Sideliners didn't buy the bottom because it seemed too risky. And then they didn't buy the uptrend last week because they thought it would be the top. They didn't buy the breakout because they thought it would be a fake out. Too risky. They didn't buy the retest because it'd be a break even. Too risky. This is the problem. You just have to understand your risk tolerance, get involved with the market. That's why we've been buying altcoins the last couple of months. It just felt like the time will come where these quality alts will become leaders once again. And Cordy says, remember, anyone who ever got rich bought the first bull market pullback. That is true, and just looking economically, Besant is actually saying that we could release $1 trillion on the bond market, $1 trillion cash to fund the expanded bond buybacks, potentially giving major firepower to push long-term yields lower. This would be huge. And that's what Flood says here. Flood says Bitcoin in response to this tweet. I completely agree. I think this would be massive for crypto in general. And I do believe that this week we probably see a push past 80K. We see alts make a new leg up. And I'm going to give you a few of the alts that I still have open trades on, and then 3 that I would potentially line myself up on as of today. First and foremost, the trades that I still have open. Number one, I still am long Zcash. I'm not closing this. I truly believe if Bitcoin goes past 80 and holds and we continue to see momentum, I think Zcash could go $900 to $1,000 in the next week or two. I really do. I'm going to keep that position open. And obviously our spot bags are way lower than that. But just as an open trade, I am leaving open my long on Zcash. It's holding this mid 800 level very well. And like I said, I think if Bitcoin cooperates, we probably see this thing go even higher. Another one I am still open on is Hyperliquid. I still do believe that Hype is the best overall altcoin of the entire cycle. I still believe that if you're waiting for a pullback on this, be patient. But I think in the short term, this thing's going to continue to be a leader up front with Zcash. So for me, I am still open as far as my trades on Hype, Zcash, and last but not least, my current open leverage long that I am not going to close in the short term is pump.fun. So pump has been absolutely ripping. It is down 7% today, but that's just kind of due to the overall broader market during the last 24 hours. But if we look at the week here, this thing's been a monster. We did a video a couple weeks ago that you need to be holding this in your portfolio. And literally ever since then, it's up 70%, which has been absolutely phenomenal. And I think that this one will continue. The meme coin trenches are extremely hot. It's FOMO versus pump out there in this market currently. And yeah, I think that these three trades are going to be ones that I'm going to keep open for the foreseeable future. I'm long pump, I'm long Hype, and I'm long Zcash. But what about tokens I would recommend to maybe look at as far as fresh entries or longing as of today? Number one would be Near Protocol. What we're seeing right now from the other AI leaders and the ones in our portfolio even, Venice is up to $17 again. It's 15% away from all-time highs, which is great to see. I would love to see Venice hit price discovery after $20, which is how hot AI has been as an investment narrative. That would be fantastic. We also see Tau at 250. It's at 241. But this thing's absolutely ripped from 190. So anyone who was buying the lows on those two AI altcoins, you're printing at this point in time. But one I'm looking at that's kind of lagging a little bit behind is Near Protocol. Near Protocol still sitting below $2. It's below its yearly high, which right now was $3.06. And this is what powers altcoins' privacy narratives like Zcash. Like Zcash is officially working with Near on the privacy side. So Near is an integral part of a lot of these protocols. And I think that this will be a good catch-up trade. So I would definitely be looking for a position here on Near Protocol in this current market. I think that's a great trade to make as of current prices. It's still about a 50% trade to the upside until it hits yearly highs, let alone all-time highs. But those are way far off at this point in time. The one I'd be looking to open up a fresh long on would be Lighter. Lighter right now, if we actually just look at the 24-hour chart, I think this thing's about to rip once again. It did make about a 20% move this week. If we look here, though, it hit 376, has pulled back all the way to 330. And with momentum kind of moving back into Bitcoin as I'm recording this video, I think a good open long position on Lighter at this 330 area would be phenomenal because, like I've said on this channel, Lighter is the official perps partner of Robinhood. So you don't have to overcomplicate the thesis. Buy cycle leaders and buy the ones that are in bed with the institutions and the big players, right? Robinhood chain launched. Lighter is the infrastructure for their perps. Don't overcomplicate that. You have Hyperliquid, the legalization in the United States coming up. That is an easy narrative. Zcash privacy, that's always going to be a narrative. AI with Venice, Near Protocol, Tau, etc. These are the easy narratives. And if it seems a little bit like I would say it seems repetitive. Like we talk about a lot of the same coins, but you can trade in and out of these things on leverage. You can hold your spot bags and you're going to make more money this cycle than people who are over rotating through different narratives. And they're not positioned when these narratives start. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Still open long positions across a few coins. But if I'm looking to enter a trade today, I'd be looking at Near Protocol and Lighter. I think that the metrics behind those two projects right now are super bullish, but I don't think the charts have reflected that quite yet. So we will come back tomorrow and update how those charts look. And of course, I'm still holding all of my top altcoins that we talk about on this channel. And I'm not really going to even think about parting ways with those until we see, either a confirmation that this bull run is, not going to happen, or until these things continue to just rip to the upside. So that's it for today's video, guys. Just a few trades that I'm looking at taking as of Monday, August 24th. 2026, guys. So like the video down below, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, check out BitBase and check out inthemoney.live in the description down below. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. As always, trade responsibly, my friends, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.